Welcome back to the Wednesday the reboot. Today we're gonna jump into some Mythic Legion stuff. I got this. I'm still working on the cape and stuff. I think we're gonna make this guy all red. So the hand I had to get. So when I got this, dude had no feet. He didn't have left hand. He had no head. So some of the pieces here are Marvel Legends and such. So and his leg is pretty cool because like the legs didn't go to this torso, so I had to cut some pieces just to make it so he was structurally sound. So we're just gonna take and repaint this guy pretty much head to toe. I want him to be some sort of like old gritty general, like he's been around for a minute, like he's pretty much like leading a crew of maybe some like mercenary types. You know, maybe at one time he was like a general with a king, but now he's kind of on his own, doing his own thing. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna jump into this one. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think the colors that we're gonna go with is some red and stuff. I have another one that I'm working on with that. This one is Malekith body, and I put a bishop head and one of these Spartan, and I used some Gundam markers on that. So yeah, we're gonna jump into this thing. We're gonna check it out. I'm not doing this one right now. This one, he's gonna be part of his crew at some point. But yeah, Malekith bodies are like 10 bucks, anywhere from 5 to 10 bucks right now at Targets and stuff. So you can go grab one of those bodies up. They'd be perfect, I think, for Mythic Legion's body style, because they got the skirt, they got, you know, you can do boots up to here, like where the kneecap is, and make that kind of a part of the gauntlet, like the leg gauntlet, the boot gauntlet. But yeah, we're gonna work on this old man, general, badass, mercenary, leader, man, guy, dude. I don't know. I just come up with stuff in my head, and then like I'll kick a story over to my dude Fanboy Tony, be like, here is my premise. Then he'll take that story and he'll be like, okay, here's what we're gonna do with it, and then he'll make it into a story. So hopefully, while I'm working on this, I'm doing all the fast pace, like when I speed up the videos, so you guys don't have to sit there and literally watch paint dry. We'll have a story and stuff going on through that. So thank you. Let's get into this. Alright, so let's pick up. Whoop, there goes a foot. So his feet aren't in here all that great. So I added some gold and stuff on here. Like I said, these legs I had to add. Yeah, so we got the reds painted that I wanted to paint red. Probably have to add some putty to that foot again. Some different putty. I just use that easy tack putty that you used to use. It's over here. I actually did a lot of work on this guy who's going to kind of be his right hand. His dude. So yeah, so we'll put a little bit of putty on here. I want to try to work on this cape and get this cape right and then weather him up. I did add some golds as you guys can see, and I just used a gold Gundam pen, and this is the best chrome gold that I can find. Some of the enamels work alright, but you don't really want to use enamel on plastic and stuff. It's not the best for your action figures. So if you can ever do something and not have to use enamel, do that. You know, I might even put a little bit of hot glue in there because I've been trying to put putty in that leg and it's just not sticking. Like I said, when I got this figure, the legs aren't for him. The arms are. He didn't have a hand. He didn't have feet. He didn't have a head. Like, the helmet is an Achilles helmet, Marvel Legends. The head, I'm not even sure whose head that is. It was in my fodder. But yeah, so with the cape, I wanted to kind of pull the cape back. This is just cloth. Did a couple cuts in it. I still wanted him to have like a regal look to him. But we're going to put a little bit of hot glue back here and kind of hold that all together. Hopefully. Hopefully. Who knows? That's what I always say. Who freaking knows? So right in there. I actually showed my friend Gorilla Customs, Mr. Moyer, what I was working on here. He's like, "You're gonna put that cape back, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm waiting for the hot glue gun." So there we go with that. Looks alright. I really want just layers for his cape. So I think that's looking pretty good. Now when I go to weather it, it'll bring a lot more into play. I kind of want this down a little bit more. I almost want it like tucked inside of there. Maybe there's a way. Should we glue it? I mean, we already glued it onto him, so maybe we should glue it down in there also. I'm just gonna take this leg off for now. It's bothering me. It's driving me crazy, man. Alright, so let's see if we can just kind of, can we get it tucked in there without it looking weird? I think we can. I just don't want to pull too much away from there. Kind of like how, if you guys are Star Wars fans, how they tuck Mando's stuff in, like down inside of his gear. I think if we tuck that in, then we're going to play with this and pull this back. That's fine. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue in there. I don't want it to really be like open. I want it to be kind of folded over. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, let's get to weathering this guy. Alright, y'all, I got dude all weathered up, and I think it's time to, I want to put a little bit of gloss on the helmet, a little bit of gloss here and here, you know, a little bit on the gauntlets, stuff like that. Let's see what we can do here. Now the gloss that I'm using is from Liquitex Basics. It's $8.99. It's tons. This will last you for years because you don't need a whole bunch of it. And this is a gloss from Hobby Lobby. That's what I was trying to say. Hobby Lobby. So I already got it on the palette. Just a little bit of do. I actually was working on these guys back here. His crew. This is gonna be a 3-man crew, I think, with the wolf and such, Mr. Wolfie. But yeah, this is the end of the video. Then I'm gonna bust into some toy photography. So let's just go over so far what we did while I gloss dude up. The legs were from two different characters from the torso, I believe, because they didn't sit in all that well. So the hand was from some type of Marvel Legend. It was just in my hand fodder, and I pulled it out. The helmet, this is from Ares, another Marvel Legend. His cape, that was all soft goods that we did. His feet are from another big boy Marvel Legend. Not sure which exact one he came from. Like I said, that was in my fodder also. And for anyone who doesn't know what fodder is, if you're kind of new to customizing and stuff, that's just like your parts, your spares, your extra bodies, your extra pieces, your extra hands, all that stuff. And that is the one reason why it's so hard for me to go to different scales, because I have so much fodder that I built up over the years. Yeah, that's gonna bring a nice shine to it right there. So I've had so much fodder over the years, I've gained so much stuff in trades and everything else, and even though I wasn't into Mythic Legions and I kind of quit Mythic Legions, I still had, I just want to kind of hit some of this stuff like a little bit. I don't want to full out gloss them up, just here and there. So I got out of Mythic Legions these guys right here only because I was doing so many lines. I still had all the armors and weapons and all this cool stuff. Also, this weapon, I did do a little bit of gold with that Gundam gold pen that I showed you guys that I did the helmet with. But yeah, I think that pretty much goes over the whole breakdown. Just a bunch of different pieces from different legions here and there. And this is what we ended up having. So like I said, I think you can use Marvel Legends. The wolf in this crew is from that DC Motu looking crew that they had out there for a little bit at Target. I have him. I grabbed up that crazy looking lizard dude, so I'm sure at some point I'll be using him also. Kind of showing him off. Should we do a little bit? Let's do a little bit of gloss on this red up here too. So I don't want the whole thing to be gloss because dude's been out for a little while, but you still want to give it like a metalish type of style look. So yeah, this is him. He's all set. He's all done. I think he turned out pretty well. I mean, considering when I got him, he had no hand, no head, no cape, no shoes, and no weapon. And I just kind of gave him like a repaint. You guys saw how he started out with, he was black and purples. And then this guy back here, this can be like his right-hand man. This guy is more of his like bruiser. Kind of move him off to the side. So yeah, this is more of his bruiser. So I gave the dude this huge shield, and I believe that's from a Kratos, I'm pretty sure. Attached it to a leather strap and then hooked it to his arm. Weathered him up while I was letting this guy dry. He's on an Ares body. His head is actually underneath, is still Ares. And I don't know where I got this helmet from. I think it's the Hound helmet or something. These two things, I'm not sure where those came from either. I just had them sitting forever. I want to say that they are not Mythic Legion pieces, these shoulder pads, because Mythic Legions are a certain style. So Legions usually have like this little plug like this piece does. They have this little plug back here. And this is actually going to be on some orcs that I'm working on. But yeah, then dude over here, I used a bishop head on a Malekith body. This is full out pretty much 100% just Malekith. And with another Ares helmet on dude. I know it's hard to see. It was a little bit to get that helmet on the bishop head. But I thought it'd be cool if like his side guy, like his right hand man was on the wolf, and he just kind of like, dude right here just kind of leads them all into battle. So that's what I would think would be fun. I thought we'd have a story up for these guys, but I do not have one yet. Fanboy Tone is actually just now researching up on Mythic Legions and all the characters and stuff like that. So if you guys want to, down in the comments, if you guys want to help me out building a story or just names for these guys, let me know. Right now, I just, for this guy, I'm going to call him Badass General Dude, who used to be part of some type of army. Now he's not, and this is kind of like his rogue crew, and these guys are just out mercenary type style, maybe just surviving on their own with what they had left and what they're picking up along the way. That's kind of what I go with most of the crews that I do, is they're kind of loners, and they're kind of not part of the big picture anymore, not part of the military or whatever they came from. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you checking out my first ever Mythic Legion Customs. And yeah, this guy, I just want him to be the centerpiece since he has more Mythic Legion pieces on him. He's about 90% Mythic Legions. So I just wanted to kind of center everything around him. And as always, guys, be kind to one another.